now. I need to get out of this position. Oh, oh, fucking hell. Yep, don't want to be sat on the gear knob. Alright, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to another video. This is just a short little video, just highlighting some of the pet peeves / hates that I have about driving in general. I hope you like it. Make sure you do hit that subscribe button if you're not already subscribed to the channel yet. It helps out a lot. And without further ado, let's get right into the video. Okay, so coming in at number 1 is people that think they own the road. Now, I've got this down as number 1 on my phone. People that think they own the road, like, i.e. people that get right up your arse, people that overtake in stupid places on corners, say like there's you and then 4 cars in front of you, people that overtake you really quickly in front of a car on the opposite side of the road and then go around the next car in front of you. Just people like that do my head in, because for one, that's dangerous, and 2, getting right up people's asses, it not only does it make people feel nervous, but it sort of scares them a little bit. Like, if I need to brake, this person behind me is going into the back of me. So I hate that feeling. So that's why I put that at number 1. But yeah, let's get on to number 2. Alright, so coming in at number 2, what I've got on my list is the older generation. Now, this isn't trying to single out all the older generation. It's just most of the problems that I've got here are caused and done by older people. Now, what I've got down is slow people. That means, like, obviously you get the odd 1 or 2 old people that drive the speed limit, but most of them drive like 20 and a 40, and then when it comes to a 60, they just stay at 20. People like that, you know, are old. So I've got that down at number 2. Another thing that obviously comes under the older generation is I see this quite a lot. I see it on the way to work, I see it on the way home from work. People like, there's a lot of roundabouts where I go, and I see a lot of the older people. They come up to a roundabout and they'll see someone coming in the distance, or even at T-junctions, they'll see someone coming in the distance. They'll take ages to sort of work out how far away they are. By the time they've already worked that out, they pull out in front of this person, and it just becomes even more dangerous because this person that's coming has gotten even closer. Alright, so number 3, hopefully my face don't look too creepy. I'll put my phone light on. I can't really see the camera. But right, anyway, number 3, what I've got on my list is high beams. Now, that's not saying as in like high beams in general. That's saying people that decide they want to keep their high beams on as they're coming towards you because they don't see your lights. Or one thing that I do find funny but annoying is when you've got someone that's driving slow in front of you, someone that's going slow in front of you, and then they're flicking their high beams on and off every time they see a car. So like, say they're driving and there's a car coming towards them, they'll flick them off, and then there'll be another car like a lot further back, and they'll flick the high beams on again until they think that this car on the opposite side of the road is close enough so they can flick the high beams on. Like, they constantly have to flick the high beams on and off when there's a car not coming towards them. Why don't they just not have them on for that 5-second gap between the car coming towards them and then the next car coming towards them? Some of you may have experienced this, some of you may do it, some of you may have obviously seen it on the way to and from work or on your little journeys that you go. I don't find it really annoying, that's why I put it down the list. But it's funny and annoying at the same time, because just why? Why? Right, so for number 4, what I've got down is lane hoggers. Now, this was probably on the top of some of your guys' lists, but I've put it at number 4 because it only pees me off sometimes. If I'm trying to overtake someone, right, if we're on a dual carriageway and there's a person in the left lane and a person in the right lane trying to overtake, but isn't overtaking. It's either staying at the same speed as the car in the left or going slower, so basically the person on the left is undertaking, and you want to be in the overtaking lane to overtake this slow car, but you can't because this other slow car is in the faster lane, which is the overtaking lane. That pees me off. I also find it funny if I'm in the normal lane, if I'm in the left lane behind someone, and we're in the same situation, but in the same situation I'm not trying to overtake. That's how I find it funny. I think, what are you doing, you idiot? Like, the sort of funny as in you're an idiot sort of way, not as in funny as in ha ha. The funny as in you're an idiot, move out of the way. If you know what I mean. Now I need to get out of this position. Oh, fucking hell. Yep, don't want to be sat on the gear knob. Okay, so we're back in the driver's seat for number 5, and number 5, I'm gonna basically, I've got a few left on the list that I was gonna choose between, but I'm just gonna say one thing, which is people who go 35 in a 40 zone, and then when it gets to a 60, they stay at 35 or go down to 30. Like, that's a weird way of doing things, and it's annoying. But I mean, like, these people are also people that would go 40 in a 30, and then when it gets to a 60, they'd either stay at 40 or slow down to 30. That's why it's annoying as well. But I'm also gonna, for number 5, that's gonna be like the short one. Also added on is obviously expenses for cars. This isn't really a hate, but this is something that I don't like doing because it's money coming out of my pocket. But it's something you expect when you're having a car, when you have any car. It's expenses that come with a car. That's what I've got down here, or expenses with what come with driving, basically. But yeah, they're all the ones that I've got. If you guys do have any pet peeves or hates that you hate about driving, comment it down below. This was just a random video that I thought about on the way home from work today, literally today, because the high beam one that I mentioned, there was someone in front of me driving really slowly, and he just kept flicking his high beam on and off, on and off. As soon as there wasn't a car on the other side of the road, it was on, and it was on for about a millisecond, because it's basically, where I drive is back roads. Obviously I could see the cars coming around the corners. Say there was a car coming towards me and the car in front, I could see that car, and then I could see there was a car further ahead. This guy in front had his high beams on, flicked them off when he saw the first car. I could see the second car coming, but he had to flick his high beams on in between. That's what I find funny and annoying at the same time, because it's not something that irritates me that badly, but it's more funny but annoying at the same time, if you know what I mean. If you knew what I mean when I was explaining it, then there you go. But it's more the fact of high beams in your eyes that pisses me off. But yeah, anyway, that's going to be it for this video. I hope it wasn't too long. I hope it didn't bore you guys. I hope it was sort of funny. I hope you can try and interact as well. Leave a comment down below, obviously, of pet peeves or hates that you have while driving. Make sure you hit that subscribe button and the like button. Also comment, obviously. And I will leave my Instagram in the link down below. So yeah, make sure you hit that, and I shall see you in the next one, guys.